you like to explain why we're here and what we're looking for, please?
Yeah, Chairman, last Monday, was it last week? Thursday. Well, we were here and these change orders were discussed, and apparently Finance Committee wanted me to ask somebody from city consultant, a representative, to come out and give some explanation why the change orders have crop up at this time. And we have Mr. Nick Foley from city consultant and Bill Baker from city consultant, and we also have Brian Sertor, who is K. McCartney, and we'll be glad to answer you any questions or anything you have this time.
Okay, thank you. Committee members, the questions that we had last Thursday? Okay.
Yes, to you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Mr. Stewart.
Mukin or any of the representatives from CT. Some of the biggest questions, I think, one we have is for, I guess, the overall. What was the overall scope of the work for State Route 57? Was it total? I mean, did we go outside the boundaries of the right-of-way? Because I guess some of the questions that we have that I have, was in regards to the slope stabilization that we're asking for change order number 7, and a question that I had in regards to the ditch regrading, item number 21 that we had. And I know Brian had made a comment, if Mukin would, just for clarification, that in regards to the slope stabilization, they had felt that it had more eroded than it has in 20 years. And we didn't know if that was ever looked at by CT consultants, or if that was not considered for the scope of the work to put that into the project.
So just give us your name, please.
Bill Baker with CT Consultants. I was contacted by the engineering department to look at the drainage outlet at that location based on a telephone conversation. And based on our scope of work at the other drainage outlets, it was basically replace the outlet pipe and extend it for the grading. So based on that telephone conversation, we thought we had in the plans addressed the issue. But part of our scope was not to do a slope stabilization, retaining walls, anything like that as part of our original scope.
Through you, Mr. Chair. So initially when CT was out there initially to do the engineering, it never had gone over to that section initially and looked at what the condition of that area was.
We did a field review, but not real detailed in that area.
You did a field review, but not no great detail. Is that what you're saying?
In that area, when we got the call, we looked at just the drainage outlet. Okay,
so I don't know. Maybe I didn't.
I guess
my biggest question is that why wasn't it, if it was looked at in the beginning initial phases of the construction? I mean, was it ever looked at in that area? I mean, Brian's saying that it could be anywhere from 15 to 20 years. Brian, if you could correct me if I'm wrong, that erosion over and through there, and now all of a sudden we're having to, you know, if it would have been part of the scope of the work in the beginning, you know, we were just wondering why we're at this point now.
Yeah, like I said, we looked at that drainage outlet, thought we had it resolved with the plans, but we were not scoped to do slope stabilization, work outside the right-of-way. So, and the ditch regrading came in probably 3/4 of the way through the project as far as meeting the new requirements for the BMP, best management practices, to regrade all the ditches. So, I guess when the change order came up, we did agree to cover the engineering cost of the change order, for the record. So we did take some responsibility for that issue.
You're talking in regards to the ditch regrading for the ones that
No, the slope stabilization itself.
Okay.
We agreed to cover the design cost.
All right. And then in regards to the ditch regrading near the Walmart, we're having to add more dirt to push the water through the twin, is it 48-inch pipes?
Yes, we've matched the existing outlet elevations to get the BMPs in there, and that doesn't drain now, so we had to go back and put the raise the elevation to push the water to the outlet.
Was there ever an as-built or an existing pipe shot just to determine?
Yes,
There was?
yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other committee members? Yes, Mr. Gibbs.
Yeah, through you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Barker, right?
Baker.
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 I'm sorry, Mr. Baker. So I understand you folks actually, CT consultants actually go out and acquire the bids for the work, correct? Then for like this slope stabilization, you took quotes on this, correct?
We helped prepare the change order plans, but that was through K. McCartney and ODOT as far as coordinating with the contractor to get the change order price.
Okay, but there were, I was under the impression, through you, Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, Mookin, that there were three bids on this, and this was the lowest bid between the three of them. Is that correct, Don?
Yeah, the way it works is a city consultant prepares the plans, they do the design, and then it goes to Brian for getting quotes and negotiation with the contractor.
Okay, so Brian's one who,
Right.
okay, you got the quotes on it in regards to that. What happens if we do nothing?
We will be in a major issue there. We are in, the roadway itself might be in a danger position. We might have a situation where it could be more dangerous to the traveling public.
And more dangerous it would be create flooding in that area, or, I mean?
No, it will keep on sliding.
Sliding down, everything will slide
It will
down.
keep on coming back towards the roadway if we don't, stop that at this time.
Okay. Is there something halfway in between this that could be done? I mean, is this the Cadillac of the line compared to Chevy?
No, this is not Cadillac. This is not Chevy. This is the minimum we can do, and exactly same thing we are again proposing at Gulf Road, which we are bidding next week. The project for Gulf Road stabilization is pretty much same. This is not Cadillac. This is not like we. I will say we did couple on Gulf Road. They are kind of similar nature. We had a geotechnical people take a look at it. They took borings and they came up with this recommendation, the geotechnical consulting company. So I don't think we have any option but not to fix this.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, did we create this at all by the way we handled the roadway or
No.
raised it, or?
No, it's been going on for some time. I can tell you that. It's been going on for some time. The erosion has been going on for some time. We have been trying to. I was involved several years ago. We were trying to maintain that as much as possible, but sometimes it just come to that situation where you cannot do anything more. It just keeps on sliding us. I mean, you still can go there and take a look, but it's not in good shape.
So my question is a follow-up then. So I understand, did CT consultants also anticipate these additional change orders that I'd asked for, like what's going to happen in the next 3-4 months, or did they come out of the engineering office? Okay.
No, they did not. They are not involved in any of the construction work. The ODOT has a policy that the design contractor does not get involved in construction. Once design is done, they are out. They do not get involved in project. Only when they get involved is if we have difficulty and we have to go back and redesign something, then we go back to them and ask them to do further work. But other than that, they do not get involved in construction.
So CT's capacity was all design?
Yes.
It was all design work. Then I guess just a follow-up here, Mr. Chairman, I think something has to give, because you're talking better than $500,000 that we're definitely on the hook for, and there's no third-party sharing with anyone in regards to WACA and the state and other funding in regards to that. And I think that's what the concern is of this committee.